Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. It is Thanksgiving week here in the US. We are getting close to December already and the end of 2023. Super insane. Time is flying. Let's call in our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me, bless my viewers, bless my cards. Allow us to open up our hearts so we can hear what we need to hear today. Okay, is this still burning? It's still burning a little bit. Side note, it is not always good to consistently breathe in the sage, Palo Santo, whatever it is that you're using to cleanse. You don't want to always have it burning right around your nose or your lungs. So you want a little bit of a space. Little fun fact, it's not always good for you. A lot of readers have it burning the whole time, and I'm always like, oh, that's not good for their lungs. But who knows, maybe they have a wonderful belief system and they believe that their body is healthy and they won't come down with anything. So to each their own. I believe if we talk to ourselves, we can heal ourselves. Talk to ourselves, we can heal ourselves. Okay, so I feel like I was just fixing my Archangel Michael deck. So we're going to start with that. We're going to see what message comes through. Hope you all are having a good weekend. Okay, what do we need to hear? What do my viewers need today and for this whole week? Side note, I'm loving doing my one-on-one readings with all of you. I opened up November with 13 bookings and it's been great. Your vibration is rising. Also, if you guys want to book a reading with me, I am going to still take more because I'm kind of moving through these 13 pretty quickly. So I'm going to take more readings. So you can just email me. Everything's in the description box below and just say, Michelle, I'd love to book a reading with you. Currently this month, they are only 177. Normally they're 222. So 177 is a steal compared to some readers out there. They charge $1,000 for 1 hour. So if you think I charge a lot, you just haven't seen maybe you just haven't been brought some other readers who are well on the journey, rightfully so. They're, I guess, allowed to charge that much if what they believe they're offering is true and dear to their heart and it's perfect for their clients and they really trust, the guidance that they're getting. So but $1,000 is a lot just for an hour, but some people are worth it. I know that I like to be around $200. I feel like that's reasonable. I still want to reach the people who can't pay the $1,000. That's why there's people like me, and that's why there's people that charge $1,000 because they probably work with people who are making more money. So it's all just segments of people that we all have an audience that we connect with. So just kind of expand your mind when you're telling yourself, oh, I can't book a reading with Michelle because I can't afford it. If you're telling yourself you can't afford it, you're in lack and you're in scarcity. So you have to then switch your mindset, even if it's not a reading with me, if it's anything in life and you're saying, I can't afford this, this is what I want you to do. First message of the week. Anytime I go on these tangents, it's always my guide speaking through me to you. So you are now going to say, infinite supply, universal infinite supply, please bring me the funds to do this thing that I really, really want to do. And it would bring me so much joy. Show me a lead, show me the way, show me the next step to take. I will be patient and I will wait. And you see what happens in a week or two. I usually go 2 weeks. If I'm really wanting to do something and I don't physically have the money right then and there, I usually ask and then I wait for some little feedback. Sometimes I'll say, if I should book it and put it on a credit card and you'll pay me back later, universe, send me 3 frogs by Thursday. And I'll be really, really specific. And I'll ask the universe to bring me confirmation of whether I should spend that money. And we can always do that. You are not bound. You do not have to say, I can't afford something. You have the ability to ask and receive daily. your thought process about it all is telling you that you can't. So the universe is hearing that, and it's not going to bring you the money. So you might be looking at other people going, well, why do they get the money? And why does everything come to them? It's because of your belief system. It's because of what you're physically saying or thinking. And those are the thoughts that we preach about being mindful. And you have to really catch yourself and your ego and what it's telling you. You have an infinite supply of abundance all around you. You just have to tap into it. So in order to tap into it, your vibration has to be high. So this says number 43, your vibration is rising. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. So this week must be doing something. We're going to be unconsciously, I hear, we're going to be unconsciously doing things that raise our vibe. Maybe we're taking off from work. Maybe we're eating better food. Maybe we're meditating more, getting out in nature. Your vibration is rising this week, and it might be preparation for you to receive that abundance that I was talking about. I also got a little nudge right before I filmed. I don't know if it was a message for somebody out there. So comment below if this resonates with you. But I was feeling called to deliver messages of all the different things I've learned on the spiritual path, kind of like combining everything that I teach in my readings. Sorry, I just have a hair on here. I have hair everywhere. Everything that I teach in my readings that kind of comes up as messages, but are like solid spiritual path tools. I feel like I either want to gather all of that information and share it. But I feel like somebody out there, this message is for you, is that like, keep track of everything you're learning right now. If you are new to this journey and you're feeling prime and you're feeling like invigorated by all these synchronicities and these messages, track it all, because in 5 years, in 2 years, you're going to want to relive it. You're going to want to remember it. You're going to want to share it with somebody else. And I also think that you guys are like me. You're meant to be doing what I'm doing. If you're watching me, then that means if you're obsessed with watching readings like this, that means you might be meant to be doing it. Okay, you might be meant to serve your community where you live, providing these types of messages or sharing the spiritual path in some way, maybe a podcast. That's a specific message out there for somebody. You need to start that podcast. Everything doesn't need to be perfect before you start. Just literally take your voice memo on your phone and just record yourself talking in your kitchen, in your house, and just record something that you really, really enjoy. And you're just kind of like going off the cuff, and then throw it up there. And then you can adjust as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. I started my YouTube channel and I was thinking about my description boxes had to be perfect. My thumbnails had to be perfect. And if you go back and look at my beginning videos, it's horrible. But we have to start somewhere. We can't just wait and wait and wait for the perfect time. It's never the perfect time. Now is the perfect time, especially if you're having the thought, you need to do it, okay? So your vibration is rising, and maybe you're beginning to see that, okay, I feel like I'm leveling up. I feel like I am becoming new, and maybe it's because I'm about to put out this podcast or this YouTube channel. Okay, something just screamed at the Sexual Magic Tarot, so we're going to use that. Again, this deck is a little risque, so I might not be able to share some of the photos, but it's a tarot deck about relationships. Yeah, probably can't share this. She's basically in lingerie. She's in underwear and a bra, a strapless bra, and he's behind her, like pulling down her panties. And he's like kissing her neck. It's 9 of Swords. There's a cat going between a black cat going between their feet. I wonder if I could do this. You guys can kind of get a visual. Yeah, that's good, right? So you can kind of see what I'm saying. He's kissing her neck. I just heard it's about time. So when your vibration is rising and you're on your mission, doing what you're meant to be doing, it's almost like it's finally time to be together. You can finally savor each other. And the black cat to me is protection. This connection is being protected. There's somebody looking out for you. And 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords is like, it's over, it's done. It's like you're exhausted. You're like, stick a fork in me, I'm done. The 9 of Swords is like, you're not quite there yet. But it's like somebody is dying to feel you, to touch you, to taste you, to smell you. But they're saying, hold on, it's almost time. Your vibration is rising and this connection is protected. And that's part of the journey, is when you're two souls that are coming together to be together, it's not about the bodies as it is about the energy. It's about this peaceful, calm, like I can be myself with you. I can tell you everything. There's no walls. It's just like an open forum or an open space just to speak and be yourself. And as a result, your bodies are like these magnets where you can't get enough. Whereas other partnerships that you've been in, it's about like receiving the trophy. It's about getting the best looking person, or the chase. About, for most men, it's about the chase. They always want to hunt and pursue, and they're terrified of being in a partnership that's boring. And they get sick of it. They get sick of, and this connection, you don't get sick of each other's body because it's the energy in the body. Does that make sense? So the magnetism is the energy inside the bodies, and that's just there. You can't cut it with a knife. You can't cut it off. It's just, you're always going to have that magnetism. And it doesn't even matter what the bodies look like. Whereas our, 3D reality, those types of connections, it's more of like the person's focused on the shape of the body and what it looks like. And that's what draws you to them. And it's not the person's energy. And you can tell that because normally you'd be like annoyed at the little things this person does. So all of a sudden their looks become less attractive because their energy is not good. And their way they behave is not good, and the way they respond and react, and their jealousy and the immaturity, that makes the physical body then not attractive, right? So the soul is where it starts. It's their energy, and that can make any body look really, really attractive. Okay, great message to start with. Your energy is rising, and you're almost at your breaking point of really wanting to go be with your special person. You're like so close. Okay, we have the Lovers card. Oh, I guess I can show it. So for me, this is a choice. Someone's deciding between two different women or two different men. And again, it's either you're choosing the body, the chase, or are you choosing the soul? So somebody has to make a decision. And obviously, for those of you that are familiar with the twin flame soul mate journey, I don't really love labels too much. I just feel like there's catalysts, there's people that come along our path, they're soulmates and they're karmics, and they help us grow. And then there's people that maybe we're really meant to stay long-term with, to grow and grow in partnership with. And the third parties or the karmics or the people that are just the bodies, they're there to show your person or you what you're not a match to. And usually those karmics, they don't grow. They just stay on the same routine every single day. They're not expanding. They're not changing their reality. They're not interested in leveling up or being different. They just want to like wake up, go to work, eat food, drink wine, drink beer, watch Netflix, and go to sleep. And your soul cannot survive in that kind of environment. And you might think you might be watching this feeling like, I used to be that person. Oh my gosh, I'm not anymore, because you spiritually awakened and you realize your soul thrives when you're learning new things and when you're challenging yourself and when you're, stepping up into the principal or the supervisor or the head technician or these higher positions at work. That's your soul craving that. You're wanting to push yourself, even though it's scary and it's hard and it's overwhelming. That's what you really want in life. You don't really want just to be settled in watching Netflix every single night. We came to grow, but these karmic relationships, they don't want to grow. They just want to stay put. They want to stay in their little bubble, and they will bring your energy down. So maybe this is a message that somebody is finally making a choice to get out of that karmic loop, and they're finally realizing that that was what was holding down their vibration. and they're going towards their divine feminine. I almost just showed that photo. Now they're going towards their divine feminine or divine masculine, and they're realizing, oh my gosh, it was you all along. And this is the wish fulfilled card. Yes. I always call it my Aladdin card. All of your wishes are coming true. It says, wishes come true, your dreams become reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. So beautiful. I know I say that all the time. So beautiful, but it really is. And remember, these are collective readings. So this, 100 people might watch this reading, or 200, 400, 500, depending on who sees the video and how YouTube tosses it around out there in the ethers. But 10 people might experience that this week out of 500. We don't know. So when I do these readings, it's usually specifically for a certain group. Different cards are for different groups of people. So keep that in mind. Not every message is going to click for you. This also could mean because you did the work to raise your vibe, now you're getting your wishes. And I just saw the star card at the bottom of the deck, which is a healing energy, and then also a wish fulfillment card. Yes, 3 of Wands. Planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. So in this card, you can see there's a full moon, a ship floating in the air. It's kind of like, do you believe in magic? Do you believe that your wishes are going to come true? It's kind of like when pigs fly. And the 3 of Wands is like waiting. You're waiting for that next step. You're waiting for that next move. And then we have a heartbreak card. We have 3 of Swords. Great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past. Personal growth that comes from challenges. Remember earlier I said your soul wants to grow. It wants the challenge. So don't resist it when it's happening. Healing misunderstandings, being there for those in need. So this week, someone might come to you with a broken heart. They might come to you saying, like, can you just listen? I just need a hug. And you don't give them any advice. You just hold space for them. You hug them, you listen, and you know that they're going through their awakening now. When people are going through these kinds of heartbreaks, it's an awakening. It's a, what do I want? I just went through hell and back. I just was in the hospital, or I just had this ailment, or I just was really, really sick. And I just need some time to breathe, to overcome this, to heal this. And anytime we get sick or get injured, it is always the universe picking us up by our armpits, sticking us on the couch and saying, lay down and relax. You're so loved, and we want to nurture you, and we want to take care of you, and we don't want you feeling this way. And we want you to look at your life and to see what changes you need to make. I know I think it was 2017, I think it was July of 2017, I had reconstructive elbow surgery, my left elbow. I have a huge scar. And I was dating somebody. And a year later, he ended up breaking my heart, which was perfect. And it was divine because it made me go get Reiki to go heal. And that was the start of my spiritual awakening. But the year before that, summer of 2017, I literally shattered my elbow. I was doing box jumps in the gym on a Saturday morning by myself at the gym at my school where I taught. So there was no students there, was nobody there. The gym was open on the weekends for sports teams. So I would always go in before everybody would arrive. And I was doing box jumps, and my left foot, just like, I jumped up and I was like on the corner of the box. It wasn't a wide box. It was a more narrow one. My left foot just slipped and I fell, and I went to go brace my fall, and I went straight down, and it was like it hyperextended. And I heard a crack, I heard a shatter, and I just was like, didn't feel any pain, but I was like army crawling with this arm to my phone. I called my boyfriend at the time, who was the athletic trainer at my school. So he had keys and everything. He came up and got me and took me to the hospital. But what was the universe doing? The universe was waking me up to show me that that connection with him was not right. I was meant to leave it. So a month later, I get surgery. 3 days after surgery, I break up with him. It's just clear as day. I just know it in my heart. I'm like, we're not meant to be together. I don't know why. I'm really, really sorry. Well, he was persistent as fuck. He showed up at my door every day, knocking on my door, saying, what are you doing? We're meant to be together. We're supposed to get married. And he just was so, and this was for his healing. Now that I know so much about abandonment wounds and clinginess and yeah, like I was meant to help him heal during that time too. So eventually he was just so persistent that I gave in, because it broke my heart to hurt him. And I gave in. And then a year later, he did it to me. And then I was super clingy. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. And then the relationship finally fully ended in 2018. And then I left my teaching job and my whole spiritual awakening started. So all of these things happen, injuries, illness, they happen to kind of wake us up. So yes, the injury happened and I was maybe meant to break up with him at that time. I don't know if I shouldn't have gone back with him, but I did. And I always think there's one destination that we're all getting to, and we could take like 3 or 4 different routes to get there. So I believe I still got to my destination, but maybe I just took a little bit longer. And if I would have broken up with him and stayed broken up, maybe I would have had my spiritual awakening sooner. I don't know. But I do know that it was incredibly hard to choose myself and to watch him suffer. So I didn't. I went back to him because it broke my heart. And then on the reverse end, when he did it to me, I'm sure it was incredibly hard for him to see me suffer. He even said, I remember sitting in his bedroom and I was sitting on his bed and he just was like, I'm so sorry I'm doing this to you, but I don't have any other answer. He's like, it doesn't feel right to be together, but it also feels so painful to do this to us. And I was just like, what will be, will be. We have to just let it go, you know? So if things happen like that and it's always perfect, so don't judge your path. Because guess where it's leading you? This is your destination. It's leading you to a better partnership. Whether it's with that person and they come back, whether it's with a new person, all of these relationships, like I said, the karmics, the soulmates, they're all catalysts. A catalyst is something that pokes you so hard and it forces that wound, that abandonment wound, that him knocking on my door. I should have said no, and he should have just sat with that feeling and grieved it and said, okay, this is happening. I probably have experienced this in many lifetimes of her leaving me or women leaving me or men leaving me, depending on what gender he was in another lifetime. Let me sit with this pain and know that it doesn't define me. It's temporary. I'm meant to heal it, to bring it up, to release it for good. And that's what this is happening. Like you're getting this spiritual angel that's coming in to hold your hand. And it's saying you can trust that when you break up with somebody or they break up with you, it's never going to be easy. It's never going to be painless. I say that because people think that, well, if I feel pain, then that means I should go back to it. It's there as a catalyst. It's there to poke you or to poke that person to heal. And then when the light switches off, because you should feel invigorated with your partner. You should feel excited for every single day. You should be it should feel light. It should feel fun. And when it's not light and when it's not fun, you talk about it, but then you get closer after each talk. That is a healthy partnership. If you're in a Knight of Wands, this is like a player energy. So this is over. The lovers player energy is over. They're making a choice, but a good relationship is where 2 people can talk it out and they get closer after each argument. They get more connected because they're learning about each other. And I always say, like, I cannot wait to be in a marriage where me and my partner are just constantly changing. Like I'm constantly falling in love with the new version of him, like the new clothes that he's wearing, the new things that he's into, the new books that he's reading, or maybe videos that he's watching if he's not into reading, whatever it is, the new meals that he wants to cook. Like I always want to have that juicy goodness of not knowing who I'm going to get the next day, but also committing to that and saying, like, I still love you. I'm going to love every inch of you. I'm going to love every piece of you unconditionally. No matter who you want to wake up and be tomorrow, I still love you. And that's the kind of relationships I was talking about in the beginning, where it's about the soul. It's not about the body. When it's about the body, meaning the ego, you're needing that person to have a certain job. You're needing that person to say certain things in public. You're needing them to look a certain way. You're needing them to do certain things around the house. But when it's a soul-driven connection, you're excited to see what they create in their own reality. And you're like, ooh, I wonder what my partner's going to do today, or what are they, or maybe they're just resting today, and how can I nurture them? So do you guys see that difference? It's really important that we step fully into these types of partnerships, knowing that we create, and this is an abundance card. This is a pentacle. The 10 of Pentacles is the top abundance card. It's the ultimate family, the ultimate home, the beautiful home. Look at the chandelier and the lights, the kids playing, the animals. Like, you're just in this bliss. And it's because you've done the work internally to then be abundant, to release the lack and scarcity. You know what it's like to not have abundance. So you appreciate it when it comes in, you know how to attract it. And you and this person are, even if you're already married, you guys have the tools to attract abundance right now. You just have to look at what you're telling yourself and remove those thoughts and say, no, everything I want, I'm going to ask for. Universe, my husband or my wife and I, we really need $20,000 by next month. We would be so excited if you could bring this miraculously in a mysterious way, and we're open to it coming in whatever way you want that's best for us. But change us into people who can take action to see it when it's coming and to grab it, or give us the lead for us to create the money. But show me the way. I trust you, and you let it go, and you don't grip, and you just do it together. When two people bring their energy together to manifest, it is incredibly magnetic and so powerful. So you can call on other people to manifest with you, even if it's not a spouse. If you're single, call on your friends. I do that all the time. Okay, we have the Chariot now. So this is yin yang energy, the white and the dark horse. Chariot is fast moving, change coming. It's like kind of like ride the wind, like go with the wind. And when you're asking for something, that mysterious, miraculous money will show up so fast when you ask. I can't even tell you guys how many clients I've taught to open up communication and dialogue with the universe, and they receive things so quickly. My friend, she just went to a salon yesterday, and the people literally offered her a free facial and free eyebrows because they saw, I think they wanted to barter, and they were going to ask her to do videos to promote it on her social media and stuff. So her being in a bind with money and was like, I'm getting low on funds. I really need money this month, Michelle. And I'm like, it's okay. She is now seeing how the divine is showing up and giving her a free facial. She's still being able to pamper herself. She's getting the queen treatment, even though in her mind, she was asking the universe for money. Well, that's considered money. She's getting it in a different way. And she's being able to be of service and to help this company spread the word about their salon. So the universe shows up with the Chariot to tell you that those things are going to happen when you ask. When you open up the communication, so much magic happens. Don't forget that. Okay, we're going to go into Micah Magic. Drink break. I have my blue drink today, blue raspberry. Time out. We're going to do some charms. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 keys and a music note. I just heard Whitney Houston. How will I know if he really loves me? I love that song. So somebody is wondering, This is a sign that music is communicating to you that somebody is thinking of you. But when I think about that song, How Will I Know? It's like, I think whoever's watching this video, the person that is interested in you, again, this is only for a select few, and I just got guided to put this on the chariot card above the black horse. The black horse is the yin energy, which is the feminine energy. So the counterpart that holds the feminine energy is wondering if the masculine is still interested. How will you know? So they're wondering, like, do they still love me? I don't know. Did it fade? Remember I said earlier, you can't cut that bond. It's just always there. You just are magnets. Your souls are just like, I love you no matter where you are in the world. I just know that you're here. I hope you're well. I love you. You're safe. I wish you the best. If we're meant to be together, we're meant to be together. If we're not, oh well. Life has a path for us. So that song is basically saying, like, somebody's wondering about the connection. Maybe they're not as evolved as you are, and they don't have those thoughts, and they're not as detached. They haven't done their healing. And it took me a really, really long time, and my clients, to get to a space of detaching, not thinking that we need somebody, not thinking that we need to know where they are and what they're doing. We just know that they're here and they're safe, and we're glad we met them, and we're here to grow and evolve. And it might be really hard to be with them because we are so different. But at the same time, it's like, just appreciate where you are. And that music, that song is a message out there for somebody that they're wondering if you still love them. And all you have to do is write in your journal, lay in a meditation, and just send them love and say, of course, I still love you. I'm so glad that you were born, and I wish you the best, and I love you. And if you want to come back, you can. If not, it's okay. I'm okay either way. Because nobody wants to feel bound by a partnership where they feel responsible for somebody's well-being, you know? That's like the biggest trapped feeling in the world, is to feel like if you don't go be with that person, then they're going to hurt themselves, or they're not going to be okay, you know? And then I have these two keys spread out like this because there's one bigger key and one smaller key. And with keys, for this, normally I'm like, oh, somebody has a key to your heart. But for this, I feel like because it's a big key and a little key, I feel like it's a parent. I feel like there's a parent and a child in the situation. And you are the door that fits their keys. So you're a match. That's a really beautiful message. I could literally want to cry right now. But whoever's counterpart has a child, it's like they're with their child every single day, knowing that you would bring such a wonderful energy to their home. You would bring such a nurturing energy. You would bring this like awareness and this knowledge about energy and about being kind and not yelling and never yelling at the child, and just always putting the child first, which is what is so important in our world. At least I think it is. And when your energy is not regulated and when you're heightened in your emotions, this person loves that you know how to handle yourself. They love that you don't fly off the handle. You literally can have so much rage and jealousy and anger and all of these things, but you don't ever come at them screaming. You just speak your truth in a strong way, and they see you doing that, and they know that you would never do it to their child because you're not doing it to them. So somebody's observing you in your life, and they're seeing that you would be a great parent to their child. Really, really, really wonderful message. Okay, now we're going to do Micah Magic. And I just got guided to do a little cutting of the deck. So I'm just going to give a quick shuffle. Actually, let's see if this works. Yeah, we'll do that real fast. I have to leave in 33 minutes to go play the all game. I'm so pumped. For those of you that don't know what the all game is, it's a board game. It's a universe board game, and the board is all of the chakras. And it's basically like Jumanji. You get like immersed into the game, and the game reflects back to you where you are in your life, what you need to work on, what you need to heal, what you're doing well at. And it's like a healing group, but it's through a board game, and it's really magical, and you roll the dice and you pull cards, or you put music on and you dance at some point, or you share meditation. It's just really, really cool. And it's like a 4 to 5 hour game. It's usually over $100. Some people that host, you have to have a facilitator. You can't buy the game yourself. So there's only like, I think 30 some facilitators in the entire world. Some people do it online. So if you go on to the All Game, Awareness, Love and Light game, it's called. If you Google it, you can find some facilitators that are online, and they could do it over Zoom with you. And I'm just cutting and pulling, cutting and pulling. Also, I created a course on how to be an intuitive reader. Everything is linked in my description box below. I also created a course on understanding energy. And it is so important nowadays to understand energy and to know that if you are walking into any room, sitting on any chair, sitting on in somebody else's car, in an Uber, where all of these other people are, and you're passing energy, energy lingers on items the most, on chairs, on pillows, on tables, on seats. You have to be cleansing your energy when you come home from these environments, or even before you go into them. You can spray them down. But I have an entire course. It's not even that long. It's only like 35 minutes long. And you can sit there. It's just like watching one of these videos, but it will change your life. I give you 10 different cleansing methods and all of my secrets about energy and all the little things you need to know when traveling. If you're going to a hotel room, how to cleanse your body in a crowd, what to do when you don't have sage or you don't have lavender water. So it's kind of like just a quick, really, really simple, but so impactful message and teachings about understanding energy and how to cleanse your energy. So please go take both of those courses. Obviously, we talked earlier about if you're watching me and you're obsessed with readings, you most likely need to go take that course to become an intuitive reader. And to become an intuitive reader, you need to understand energy. So I also bundled the packages together where you'll save $22 if you buy them both together. And honestly, they will really, really help you. I wish I would have taken a course like that when I was starting out. Everything I teach in my courses, it took me like 5 years to learn. So high five, you get it in like an hour and a half. So definitely go ahead over there. And oh, my niece has left a little mark. Oh, I love that on my card. See, the old me was such a perfectionist. I'd be like, oh, there's marker on my card. But this is now like, it's a sign that my nieces were here and I love them. So somebody's needing to say yes to a new partner or proposal in love. I also just heard, because your vibration is rising, that's another reason to take that energy course. You need to understand how to make your own energy rise. But when you vibrate at a high level, you are going to attract all of this. So the energy course is literally like the root of everything on the spiritual journey. If you can't understand energy, and if you don't know how to cleanse your own auric field, your spiritual path is going to be so difficult, because you're going to go places thinking that, oh, I have this trauma coming up and I need to heal it. When in reality, it's not. You just picked up somebody else's energy. So I teach you how to identify your energy and how to identify other people's energy. So say yes to the course too. And I am not a saleswoman. Oh, I hate it. I don't ever want to be somebody that's selling something. I am a sharer. I am a teacher. I also have to eat and pay my bills. So the universe is like, Michelle, make this course. People will pay for it. It's an energy exchange. But when I say it in these readings, I am not strategically marketing my course. I am literally just saying, this will save your life. And I don't want anyone suffering, because it took me 5 years to learn this. And if you could learn it in an hour and a half, and you send me a message saying, Michelle, I loved your course. Oh my God, it changed my life. I feel so empowered now to take care of me and my kids. Huh. Then I can be like, all right, universe, I followed the call to make that course. Thank you for confirming it through my clients who are giving me this feedback. So remember, we're not salespeople. We are teachers and we are sharers. You are a sharer as well. You're here to bring light to our planet. You're here to make money doing it. So let's figure out what you're meant to be doing. You have the ability to co-create anything that you want. I went from teaching like a typical 9-to-5 teaching job for 17 years, and now I'm creating my own abundance, my own work by myself with the universe. You can do that too. Whatever life you want, however many hours you want to work a day, write it in a journal, consistently say it out loud, and start thinking about who you want to be and what that person does throughout the day. Start doing it, and the universe will give you that feedback by opening door after door after door for you. Waiting for the perfect wave. This is in alignment with the Three of Wands, with the ship in the sky. Same energy. That person that wants to come in and offer this to you, they're waiting. It's an emotional time. Be gentle with yourself. For those of you that are interested in this deck, it's my Micah Magic deck. It's made in memory of my daughter that passed away in 2012, which was the real start of my awakening. But when I see it's an emotional time, I channeled this card thinking about my daughter and thinking about that was such an emotional time for me. That was the beginning of my first wake up. And then I had my breakup, and that was my second wake up call. And it's like we have these moments in time where it's like, could be a year or two that we're in grief. So forgive yourself if you've been in the dark all this time. And now all of a sudden somebody's coming into your life and they're like, hey, want a date? Can I take you out? I'm choosing you. And you're like, whew, I just went through the dark night of the soul, and now all of my dreams are coming true. The Chariot's coming, the 10 of Pentacles. I can't handle all of this goodness. I don't know what to do with it. But open your arms. You are so worthy of it. But sometimes that's why the waiting is happening, because if it all did come at once, it might be too overwhelming for you. You might be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this right now because this is an emotional time and I need to be gentle with myself. You are the sunshine in their life. I just heard somebody loves your smile. When they see you smile, it is just like an energy that just comes over them. And it's like they can go on and do their day now. As soon as they see you smile, they're like complete. Let go of control. We know we can all be control freaks. That's our ego, which is okay. The ego needs to know the outcome. The ego needs to know how much money we're going to get. The ego needs to know how this relationship is going to pan out. It wants to know how the breakup's going to happen. So my ex-boyfriend who was knocking on my door, his ego was knocking on my door. His ego was freaking out saying, I don't know who I am without Michelle. I don't know where my life is going, so I can't go there. So I'm going to go back to the old and knock on her door because I want to stay comfortable. So being the magician, you see that that's happening and you're like, I see myself gripping onto this old relationship that doesn't make me happy. I can see how I want to grab onto it. I can feel myself not wanting to let go, but that's the moment that we let go. And that's the moment that all the doors open, the right people arrive, the money arrives, and each day you just wake up and you notice yourself not grabbing back at it, not looking for the text, not looking for the email, not looking to go get attention from that person again. You just keep saying no. You keep saying, all right, I'm going to be in a blank space with nobody, so that, because I don't want to tell the universe I want that anymore. So I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to be kind and considerate, but I'm not going to feed my energy into this thing to make me feel safe. I'm going to be on my own and see my power and see my strength and know that I can do anything with God. I can do anything with the universe. And this might mean a job, right? You're letting go of a job and you're saying, I don't need to have a new one just yet. I can sit for a week and just rest and not grip and let go of control and say, infinite supply, please bring me the perfect job for me. You know what's best for me. I don't even know what's best for me right now. I feel so lost. You know my way. Please bring it to me and I will leave this and just rest. And you offer it up. Every single time my clients do that, something arrives. A text message of somebody saying, hey, you should go here. And you pay attention in your body to see how you feel. Does it feel good? Does it feel right? And if it doesn't, it could be an X test. like the ex job coming back or a job like your ex job coming back. It doesn't feel like it's what it, so basically the job will look very similar to what you were doing. And if you don't want to be doing that anymore, obviously you don't say yes to that. So quick example, I left my teaching job November 19th of 2021. It was on an eclipse day, sent my letter of resignation. 3 students at the high school that I was teaching at emailed me saying they didn't know I resigned. They were like, we're so excited to have you this year and for the next 3 years of our high school career. We love you. Thank you so much for being the best teacher ever. So the universe was testing me. It was going to see, am I going to choose those kids over my own heart? Because my heart was bleeding for those kids. I was like, I can't leave them. And that's why I stayed longer. I kept staying because I didn't want to upset everybody. I didn't want to upset the kids that relied on me. I was like a second mom to them. And the day that I resigned, I get 3 emails. So that was a test. Michelle, are you going to follow the email, or are you going to go with your heart and stay the path and no longer be that teacher? You need to take care of you and move on to your spiritual mission. So I did that. And then a month later, I was praying and asking the universe in a desperate energy. I was so desperate, going, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a job right now. I just quit my job of 17 years, didn't have YouTube. I had my readings, but they weren't like, booming. Didn't really have a good social media following. And I just was like, universe, what did I just do? Did I just mess up my life? Please send me a life raft. And my phone buzzed. And it was a woman saying, hey, I have this offer for you. It's a one-to-one teaching job. You'll work 4 hours in the morning, and that's it. You'll work one-on-one with kids, teaching them to meditate and helping them with their anxiety. And you have to wear a mask, and there's all these restrictions. I had to be somewhere at a certain time. And that's the whole reason why I left teaching, is I didn't want to work for somebody else. So here the universe was bringing an X test. It was testing me. It was saying, in my desperate moment, look what I attracted. I attracted the same environment that I just left. So keep this in mind. When we're in a desperate energy and begging and pleading and asking the universe for something, we're going to attract that same desperate energy. I attracted another woman. She was desperate to leave that job because she didn't like it. And she was asking me if I wanted to take it over. And me being the person that I was, and really, really nice and kind and kind of in a desperate state, I was like, all right, let me go check this out. So I went on the interview, walked through the place. My body felt tight. I felt restricted. It felt like prison. Felt like I was going back to the old. I get in my Jeep, I cried. And I call it my soul cry. When I'm not meant to be with somebody or a place, I do this cry in my Jeep afterwards. And I just cried, and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I remember I came home, I was talking to one of my guy friends in the apartment next to me, and I just was like, it just didn't feel right. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a job, but like I'm figuring this out. So the universe, but eventually everything did work out, and I ended up making more money than I made teaching just 3 short months later by starting YouTube, promoting my readings more. I started Reiki. So everything worked out fine, but there was a lull. There was a lull in the spiritual path. And I love sharing my examples because I love watching other spiritual teachers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Aaron Dowdy, Victor Odo. Like, I love when they share the specific details of how their spiritual path unfolded, because it helped me on my journey. It helped me be like, okay, I'm in a little bit of credit card debt. I'm a little bit of this here, just like they were. And you have to go through these little like monthly phases of not knowing what you're doing, feeling like you're messing yourself up, feeling like you're messing your life up, but it's part of the journey. So hearing their stories helped me. So that's why I share my stories in my readings, because I'm hoping that this will help you. When you leave something and you let go of control, there's going to be a phase where things are going to come back around to test you. And they're going to say, are you going to hold the line? And you're going to stay in the unknown and see what comes next? And pay attention that when you're in a panicked energy, the next offer that you get is a panicked energy, is another person panicking, wanting to leave something that's not right for them. So I was literally just attracting somebody else who was in the same position. She was desperately wanting to leave that teaching job and wanted me to come save her or to switch out. And I didn't want to do that because I had just left that. So But my mind and my ego wanted to take that job because it was safe. It was consistent income. It wasn't a lot, but it was consistent. And I knew I'd be, my mind was like, well, you're helping kids again, and you really should help kids. But I did that for 17 years. I want to help all of you now. I want to help people that want to be spiritual teachers and messengers. So long-winded story, but you have to be mindful of your spiritual path, and that when you let go of a relationship, he's gonna or she's gonna come knocking back, and you have to be strong and follow your heart. Follow what you want to do, not what the 3 students emailing me wanted me to do. They wanted me to stay. My boyfriend wanted me to stay. The job wanted me to stay. I had to consistently say no. So this is an ending to a new beginning. You're saying no, and you're holding on even when there's no lead. Even when there's no next step, you're just sitting. All right, it's 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and I don't have a job and I'm not doing anything, but I'm going to trust this. I'm going to trust that my soul has me here, because this feels like relief. And we always follow that relief, happy feeling. Okay. And I wish somebody would have told me that back then when I was going through it. So that's why I'm saying it's all of you. And that's why I really, really want you all to follow your heart and to do what you feel called to do. When our soul, they just gave me a great visual. They gave me a visual of somebody who's working a job that they don't want to be at. They're in a relationship they don't want to be in. And it's like their soul is running one way, the ego is running the other way. So nobody's in the body. It's like the body is lifeless in the middle. The soul's going this way, the ego's going that way. And autoimmune issues happen, addictions happen, because you're such a vacant body that you're so uncomfortable and you don't know how to do anything. So you just numb. You're like in the middle and you're just stagnant. You're not making any decisions and you're just numbing. Each day you wake up, you numb, you numb, you numb. And the soul is saying, go this way. Leave the job, leave the relationship. If you come over here, your body will feel good again. You're just going to start eating healthier. You're going to start waking up. All the addictions are just going to magically disappear, because you're not going to have that feeling like you need to soothe, because you're just going to be complete and whole. So if you can always remember that visual, when you feel like a dissonance in your body and you feel like you're always looking to numb, it's because your soul is pulling you one way and you're ignoring it. So the way to tune in to listening to that voice is actually what I teach in my intuitive reader course. You don't have to be an intuitive reader to take that course. It's really kind of how to be intuitive, how to follow your life path. So go purchase that course if you like what I just shared and you want to learn more about that. That's what that whole course is filled with, is how to listen, how to know the difference between ego and your intuition. Super, super important. All right, we're going to end this reading with a ever unfolding heart message. You see how this one's perked up? So we're going to take it. Yay, you've come so far. Pause, take a breath. Do one thing today to celebrate your growth. You are a warrior. What a little lovely message to end on. All of your dreams are coming true. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Genie card, the Aladdin card, the Lover's card. Somebody's making the choice to finally choose. They're saying yes to the new partnership. The Chariot is coming in. Music is an indicator that it's coming, so pay attention. They're wondering if when they come back to you, how will I know? They're wondering if you're going to say yes. You are the Magician, so you've attracted this back to you. You're letting go of control. Your smile lights them up. You are the sunshine in their life. And it's an emotional time for them because they might be going through this huge breakup or this huge let go, a relationship, a job. Everything's crumbling for them. And you're going to take them under your wing because you've already done the work. Normally, the feminine energy has already gone through her healing. She's already gone through all of this breakdown so that when her masculine goes through it, he can then go through the healing with her. So she goes through her healing alone, and then he goes through his healing with her. So the masculines are very, very lucky because they get to have assistance during their healing, where the feminine is meant to experience it alone. But as feminines, whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. Divine feminine energy is just an energy. But you'll notice see if this resonates with you. I've always been brought certain men that are friends and clients, and certain women and mentors, people that made me feel like I wasn't alone while I was healing. So even though the feminines go through their healing first without a partner, they still have an abundance of love and support around them, where the masculines normally will be underneath their feminine's wing, learning with her, but also she's going to show them that they're going to have to get their own mentor and their own guidance. But she's also gone through it first, so she can assist them. But this is saying, because you've gone through it first, you're the warrior. So this week is all about you celebrating how far you've come, all of your desires. Something is showing up this week for certain people, and you're going to have to say yes to it. So open up your eyes, ears, and hearts to any kind of new things coming in. That chariot means something's coming. So be open to it. Your vibration is rising and ending to a new beginning. So we're going to end it right there. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you for our midweek reading. All right, peace out.